Good evening, Southland. I'm Margot Sutherland.
And I'm Sean Summerfield. Leading the news tonight, no more Mr Nice Guy. That was the word from Invercargill Police today after their weekend blitz on youngsters using inner city streets as their nighttime playground. The results of the blitz were phenomenal. 10 were arrested and 33 were caught drinking in a public place underage. Police say the blitz was brought about after a marked increase in the number of problems with young people on the streets over the last few months. Operation Big Mac has already netted tasty results for the police. It's a major crackdown on the growing number of problems on Friday and Saturday nights.
Well, for some time we've been aware of the problems that are going on down there with the young people, especially the teenagers with their cars, as we call it, probably hooning around the town, causing problems with being liquor available to them, and they seem to have one or two drinks and they seem to think they can take the town apart.
And some of the stories are horrifying. Cars doing 140 kilometres an hour in a 50k zone, or drivers playing dodgems on D Street, shunting each other off the road.
Well, the most dangerous one is, as I just said, when they have had a few drinks on board, they get behind the wheel of the car and they think they're a racing car driver and they start performing.
Less than a month ago, bottles were thrown at police who were trying to disperse a group of youths in the McDonald's restaurant car park. Manager Trevor Rogan said today he's glad the police are cracking down on the problem, a sentiment shared by a nearby business owner.
Sean, I think it's a great idea. It's about time they did something, because the problems that they're causing out here on the road in the weekends is mind-boggling, with the amount of broken glass and empty papers and rubbish that they leave behind.
He says customers are put off by the large group that hang around the roadside and by the broken glass that's left behind.
What worries me the most is that they can damage your own property. I mean, my life savings are sitting out there for everybody to see, and without any problem at all, these guys can go out there and damage them, throw broken bottles at them, or throw bottles at them, break bottles on the yard. They can do a lot of damage to your property.
Police say they need more support from parents, but they could be the root of the problem.
Most of the liquor is not coming from the licensed hotels, but it's parents who are buying liquor for their children in good faith, who think they're going to private parties, and perhaps they do go to their private parties and they may have half a dozen cans or stubbies with them, and they may only consume a couple at the party, and then they decide to get into the cars and come into town.
I'm staggered. I mean, I've got a daughter that's close to that age, and there's just no way in the world that I would let my daughter or my son at that age get alcohol. I wonder whether that's true, whether the parents do give them alcohol.
Police say they're determined to make the streets safe again and won't hesitate to arrest offenders from now on.
A lot of these young children today forget that their future may be that they require them to have no criminal history, and a lot of them don't realise that sometimes some countries overseas won't even let them in there if they want to tour. So they've got a lot of things to think about, but at the time they don't.
Police hope that the message has got through, that their time on the centre plots is up.